Hi everybody, we find ourselves with another controversy revolving around RuPaul's Drag Race. This time it's coming from DETOX. Her full name is DETOX a Cunt. Okay, now, she has a problem with the way RuPaul casts her show. She doesn't seem to appreciate it. She wants to tell RuPaul how to run her show. Can you believe that? I'm going to read to you the tweet that DETOX put out. It says, "Enough with the feigned inclusivity." That means fake inclusivity. "Time to start putting your money where your mouth is. It's not about political correctness. It's about the conscious exclusion of an integral part of the drag community. I wouldn't be where I am if it weren't for the trans performers that took me under their wings, and they deserve the same kinds of opportunities." Well, anybody who watches RuPaul's Drag Race knows that RuPaul has given those people opportunities. There have been several trans performers on RuPaul's Drag Race. I would assume that in America, most drag performers are biological cisgendered gay men. I guarantee that is the majority of who the performers are. So, of course, that is going to be the majority of the people who audition. And of course, that's going to be the majority of the people who are cast. DETOX is part of a population of people who believe that drag race slots should also go to biological women who do drag as women. In other words, a female born as a female who has a vagina, and I can't believe that we actually have to talk about this, a woman with a vagina who identifies as a woman with a vagina. She then just puts on more makeup, a wig, and lip syncs to somebody else's song. Some people are calling that drag. There are drag kings, which is real drag. The majority would agree with that. A woman who dresses up as a man. And there are some wonderful drag kings out there. There are wonderful drag queens that are trans. These are men who became women and who do drag. There are people who don't like that either, because a lot of them are on hormones and live as women every day. So, really, if you live as a woman every day, how hard is it to do drag? That's the opinion of some people. Okay. Now, back to the tweet from DETOX. I want to say on the last part, this is what he or she said. "I wouldn't be where I am if it weren't for the trans performers that took me under their wings, and they deserve the same kinds of opportunities." Well, they've had the opportunity. And not only that, when you talk about you wouldn't be where you are without them, wouldn't that also include RuPaul? Do you think you would be as famous as you are today without RuPaul? The person that you are saying is deliberately excluding this population of people. Because that's what you said. You said it's not about political correctness. It's about the conscious exclusion of an integral part of the drag community. You are saying that RuPaul is deliberately not casting trans people. And anybody who watches the show knows that's not true. Now, just because you don't like the ratio doesn't mean that what you're saying is right. RuPaul has been inclusive. And last time I checked, the show was called RuPaul's Drag Race, not DETOX's Drag Race. Why don't you take your fame and why don't you come up with your own show? Why don't you, at the club where you have a residency at, why don't you come up with a pageant for trans people? Why don't you do that? Why don't we see how many people audition? How many people are in the cast? You can do that. I don't know why you don't do it, instead of telling RuPaul what she should do with her show. And if we want to go a step further, who are you to tell a black man how to run his business? That's his business. He made that business. He made that show. And he's been doing this since before you were born. So I don't know who the hell you think you are telling RuPaul how to run his show that made you famous.